Hi friends, I'm Chelsea and I am here with my June TBR. So I have not made a video in a while. Maybe you noticed, maybe not. May ended up being way busier than I thought. Well, I knew it would be busy, but it was like the family birthday celebration month. My daughter turned 1 and we had like 3 weekends of family birthday celebrations in a row and lots of festivities. That's why I haven't made a video. It's been very busy. I have been reading a good amount though. I'll be talking about my May books in my wrap-up video, which will come soon. But for now, we are going to plan my June books. Can't believe it's already almost summer and halfway through the year. That really went fast. I have a couple books that I know for sure I'm going to read, either for book club or just books I want to read. And then as always, I will do my TBR prompts and pick some books here, pick some audiobooks. Let me start with my book club picks. So as usual, I have 2 book club picks, and I think I might actually have an extra one. But my in-person book clubs, I have 2. So here is my first in-person book club. So I'm very excited about this one. This is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I cannot tell you how long I have wanted to read this book, like years, I think, probably. It's just been on my radar for a very long time. I've heard a lot of people on BookTube talk about it. I don't read a lot of contemporary romance, but I've heard that this one's really good and really hard-hitting emotionally. I believe it's a second chance romance. Basically, this one is about Eva and Shane. I think they're both writers. They met a long time ago and they had like a crazy week of being in love, and then 15 years go by. They don't see each other, they don't talk to each other, but they've kind of been like secretly writing to each other in their books, and then they encounter each other again and they have 7 more days together. So it seems like a really interesting premise. Like I said, just kind of emotional and hard-hitting, hopefully, but a good romance. So I am very excited to read this in June. I picked it for June because I'm a very literal person and I love reading books set in the season that they're in. So I'm very excited about this one. And then my other book club pick is The Power by Naomi Alderman, and I'll probably listen to this on audiobook. I did not know about this book. I still don't really know much about it, but I know that it's like a dystopian, sci-fi, whatever genre you want to put it in, but specifically dystopian. I believe it takes place in this place called The Power, and suddenly it happens that teenage girls have this like crazy physical power where they can like cause pain and death and all this really wild stuff. That's all I know really, so that will be interesting. I love a good dystopian book, and like I said, I will be listening to that. So another one that I'm excited about, I just watched a video on Ellen Made Book Club's channel, which if y'all haven't watched her videos, check her out. She's great, she's really funny, has a lot of really interesting book recommendations, and she has been trying to get some like book clubs going where she'll read a book and then whoever wants to join in can read that book for the month. And this book has been on my radar. She picked it for the month of June, so I would also like to read it in June and join in on that book club. So if you want to read this book too, feel free to join in. This book is Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. I mentioned this in a previous video. Again, this is another one I've heard a lot of things about. I'm excited to read this and hopefully talk to some other booktubers about it. I said this before, every time I try to figure out what this book's about and describe it, I just give up. So just know this one is a very like mysterious, hypnotic, intoxicating, more like fantasy, speculative, magical type book. Who knows, really? So that's it for my like book club choices. Another one that I really want to get to if my Libby audiobook hold comes in is The Words of Radiance, which is the second book in the Stormlight Archive. So I really loved The Way of Kings and especially the audiobook, so I really want to listen to it and keep going, but I'm still waiting on my Libby hold. So as soon as that comes in, I will be starting the audiobook. We'll see how long it takes. The first one took me like 3.5 weeks, and this one's about the same length. So hopefully I can start that one soon and potentially finish it in June. But you know, Stormlight's kind of a process, so we'll see how long that actually takes. So those are my 4 books that I really want to get to in June. And then I think I'm going to pick 4 others. I feel like 8 is a good number for me. I generally read like 7 to 10 books a month. I'm going to pick 4 prompts, 2 from my cart, I think, and then 2 from my audiobook TBR, which you can't see, but it's on my iPad. Here is my prompt number 1. Okay, it matches my outfit. That's fun. So I'm definitely going to do a physical book here so we can get the visual. So I'm wearing green, blue, white, gray, kind of earthy, outdoorsy type colors, but these are good for like summer, it feels like. So we'll see what matches this vibe. Let's see here. This was my other choice when I left it up to y'all to pick my books last month. This was the other one that did not win out, but I still really want to read this. This matches pretty well, right? We got green, we got blue, we got white. I'm gonna make a little stack here of my potentials. Luckily, I have a lot of like green and blue books. Let's see. I also have some library books up top that I would like to get to. We'll see if that happens. Okay, what about this? Us Against You. It does match. I feel like I want to save this for like fall or winter though, because it is like an ice hockey kind of thing. Okay, I really want to read One Dark Window. Does that match? That matches a little bit, right? We got the greenish, bluish tones. Let's look on the back. Okay, nothing really on the bottom. Maybe this one. Okay, not as many blue greens on the back here. So this one I just picked up at the library. This is Leigh Bardugo's like short stories set in the Grishaverse, which has beautiful illustrations. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, it's really cool and I had to pick this up. I've been loving her writing lately. I mean, this could work. It's got blue, but this also might be one that I just add because it's pretty short. I might just like set this on the side and maybe add it to my TBR. Okay, I'm gonna choose between these two because these feel like pretty good, like solid matching my outfit choices. As much as I want to read this, a lot of people have said this would make a great like fall winter read, so I'm gonna try to hold out till then. And I really feel like this would be a fun like summery read. It's pretty short and I know a lot of y'all wanted me to read this, so I'm gonna read it in June. So this is Shady Hollow by Juno Black, and this is a cozy mystery set in a woodland creature place. The main character is a fox and it's just like a cozy mystery. That's all I know. I feel like I'm sitting weirdly. Sorry if this angle is awkward. Okay, prompt number 2. Okay, we have a name in the title. So like someone's name, I guess. Ooh, I think I know already what I want to do. I'm gonna look at my audiobook TBR on my iPad here. This one was on my TBR for April, I think, and I didn't get to it, but I really want to. And this also feels like a good summary read, so I think I'm going to pick The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi again. The main character's name is Amina Al-Sarafi, so name in the title, and it's a fantasy pirate story. I think it's like Amina Al-Sarafi is a retired pirate who's just going off to live her life, and then she gets called back into the world of piracy, and it just kind of chronicles what happens from there, I guess. But yeah, I really want to read that one. It sounds like a fun time, and I'm going to listen to the audiobook. Okay, feels kind of short, like when I pick 4 books and then I only do 4 prompts. I might pick more, but that might overwhelm me, so we'll see. Okay, this is prompt number 3. This is not fun. Lowest rated on Goodreads. Can I skip that? Okay, I'm just gonna look really quick and see, I think just rank my TBR by rating. I don't want to read books that aren't rated well. Why did I put that in the jar? Words of Radiance is my highest average rating, so I might be reading my highest and my lowest rated. A lot of these books on my Goodreads TBR are not books that I like own or have access to, so I'll just look and see if there's any books on my cart or on my audiobook TBR. Lots of like 3.5 range here. Oh, A Fragile Enchantment. I do have that from the library, but it might be due soon, and honestly I might not get to it. Okay, Only If You're Lucky is one that's actually high on my audiobook TBR. I really liked Flicker in the Dark, and I enjoyed the other one, All the Dangerous Things. So I'm curious about Only If You're Lucky. That is Stacey Willingham's newest release, I believe, and I have had a Libby hold for a while and it should be ready soon. So actually, that's a pretty good one. I do want to have a thriller, so I'm going to add Only If You're Lucky to my June TBR. Hopefully it's good since it's rated kind of low. Okay, This is already prompt number 4, and there's a book on here I really want to pick. All right, cool. This is BIPOC author, which is Black, Indigenous, people of color. That's good. Gotta read more diversely. Don't want to be stuck in a box of only white authors. So that one for sure. Americana, Pachinko, Isabel, Violetta. All 3 of these maybe. Angie Kim, I believe. Alyssa Cole, it's another thriller. The 5th season. I might pick another audiobook, maybe a short one, and then add one more physical book that I really want to do. I'm gonna look back at this and see if there's another audiobook I can add. Babel. I'm not doing that. Let me just tell you right now. Parable of the Sower, very interested in that one. Someday maybe. I think the final revival of Opal and Nev, Mame. I don't know. Ugh, I'm indecisive. Actually, I think I'm gonna put the final revival of Opal and Nev on here. I'm very intrigued by this one. I've heard that if you like Daisy Jones and the Six, that you'll like this one. Let me check, make sure we actually have a BIPOC author here. Donnie Walton. Okay, yes. She is a Black author. Set in the 70s. The meteoric rise of an iconic interracial rock duo, their sensational breakup, and the dark secrets unearthed. Yeah, this one sounds really good. I have the audiobook. We'll see. Again, if I listen to Words of Radiance, then that's going to make the other audiobooks not as likely, but you never know. So I'm going to pick one more, and I'm either just going to not do it or try to match it up with the book I really want to read. Oh, no. The prompt is continue or finish a series. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to pretend that I didn't pick that, and I'm just going to pick the book I want, because who cares, right? It should be about what I want to read. So The Tainted Cup, I posted about this. This is a fantasy novel, the first in a series, I believe, and I've heard that it's like Sherlock Holmes in a fantasy setting. So I love that. Love a good mystery. There's like Leviathans. I love this cover also. Hardback with no dust jacket. Just the ideal situation. I've heard a lot of really good things about this. This seems like a good summary kind of book. I'm just going to read this because I want to, and I only have it from the library for a certain amount of time. So let's just forget I grabbed that prompt and we're going to move on with our lives. Oh yeah, and then I did mention I could potentially read these short stories. I really want to, and even if I just read some throughout the month and take my time until the library hold runs out, that's an option too. So this is kind of just like an extra book added in. So we have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't even remember what books. 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 or 10 books on the TBR. I feel like I get a little out of control sometimes and then I get overwhelmed. Let's just do a little recap. So first up on my stack here, we have Shady Hollow. This was the one that matches my outfit. And like I said, we have these short stories, The Language of Thorns, that I might just read throughout the month when I'm feeling it. We have The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is just my extra book that I really want to read. We have Piranesi, which is the Ellen Made Book Club choice. 7 Days in June, which is one of my in real life book club choices. And then we have The Power for one of my other book clubs. We have Words of Radiance, if my audiobook hold comes through. We have the final revival of Opal and Nev for BIPOC author. I'm gonna have to look at these prompts because I can't remember. The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi for name and the title. And then lastly, for lowest rated on Goodreads, we have Only If You're Lucky by Stacey Willingham. So there we go. There's my probably overly ambitious June TBR. A lot of these I would love to get to, so we'll see how successful that is. Let me know if you've read any of these, if they're on your TBR, the usual things. And let me know also what you're hoping to read in June. I think that is it for now. See you in my next video. Bye!